A smooth jazz radio personality goes homeless in a personal campaign to call attention to the issue of homelessness here in San Diego.
And to raise money for the cause, KOSI's Lene Lewis live at the IKEA in Mission Valley with more. Lene?
Hi, you guys. You know, it is early on Sunday morning. We're in the 8 o'clock hour, but already folks in the community are stopping by to donate money. I want to introduce you guys real quick to Carol Williams. Carol, you just pulled up in the IKEA parking lot and wrote a check for $50. Tell us why did you do that?
Well, I also make a stance for the homeless. I feed down at Horizon Park on Thursdays, so that's kind of a cause that I support.
So you know there's a great need in our community.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm sure they appreciate you stopping by, and thanks for talking to us this morning.
Being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol. Also, we have Mr. Howard here, who's been, for the last 7 days, living in a tent. Wanted to check in with him as well. How's it going this morning? It had to make you feel good to see Carol stop by this early.
Oh, yes, we're blessed. I'm in good spirits. 7 days, we're doing great, $8,000. So I'm happy to see that IKEA allowed me to sleep here. We got security, East Tech, so San Diegans are coming out, and they're supporting us.
Can we walk over and check out your tent and see what it's like inside? Give us some perspective on what a homeless person might experience as they have to sleep out on the street. Let's walk over to the tent, you guys, that Mr. Howard's been sleeping in for the past 7 days. Oh, here we go. What do you have in here? Do you have blankets? And
basically, we have a sleeping bag in here, and the floor is slightly taken care of, and that's about it. There's no heaters or anything in there, so I've just been braving the cold.
And you probably have a lot more than many homeless folks on the streets have, a blanket and a tent, and still I would imagine it's very cold.
Yes, there's no doubt. The temperature's dropping down to about 40 degrees, but this holds the wind pretty good, and fortunately it hasn't rained out here, so I'm quite blessed. Quite blessed.
Most people can't imagine having to live in these circumstances. Do you share that with people when they come up to donate money, just to let them know what it's like, you know, for somebody to have to experience that?
I've had several people come up and ask me. Several people have called me on the air, and I've told them maybe if you could just do it one day and experience it. And, you know, I've gone through it 7 days now, and not only the elements, there are a number of things that you don't plan. Like one day my sleeping bag sprung a leak. I walked out, I didn't have a porta potty, and then I realized at 4 o'clock in the morning I was discombobulated. Where was I going to go to use the bathroom? So it's those kinds of things that I ran into, so I can sympathize with what's going on with the homeless.
Well, and also the thing is, you know that there's an end in sight. When you reach $10,000, you get to pack your tent and go home. A lot of people out there don't know when they're going to get a chance to get off the streets.
You're absolutely correct. I've looked at my bed every day for 7 days, and I thought, I can't wait to touch it again.
Makes you really appreciate what we have.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Thank you for what you're doing, and thank you for talking to us this morning.
Thank you.
We also want to talk to the lady from the Trinity House who will be benefiting from Mr. Howard's efforts. This has to make you feel good that somebody's wanting to help out your organization.
Yes, it's just phenomenal, and the amount of money that he's raised so far in such a short amount of time, it's just truly amazing. San Diegans are so generous and so caring, and you know, there's 10,000 homeless people in San Diego alone. Almost 50% of those are homeless families, those with kids sleeping on the streets. There's only about 4,500 shelter beds, so that leaves almost 5,000 people looking for somewhere to sleep. Doorways, alleyways, cars. It's really, really a tragic situation. I myself was homeless at one point. I really know what it's like.
So this is something that you're passionate about because you've experienced it.
Yes, it is a cause that is very near and dear to my heart. I was homeless at one point, and especially being a woman and then being homeless, some of the things that women experience out there as homeless and with kids, I couldn't even imagine. Luckily, I didn't have any children at the time, but we see people every day that, especially with today's economy, people that are losing their homes, people that live off of Social Security and different things like that, they just cannot make ends meet, and that's where we try to fill in the gap for those people.
Let's walk back over to the table. We want to show the viewers the tally that you guys have reached so far. The goal is to reach $10,000, right? And so far, you guys have about $8,000.
Yes, yes. Isn't that unbelievable.
In just 7 days.
Yes, yes.
And how about the fact that, you've got some local businesses donating? Well, you're getting to stand out in front of IKEA, which is kind of a big deal. This is a place where a lot of people come through. That has got to be helping you out a lot, too.
Yes, IKEA was so generous to let us use their sidewalk, and we've been out here every day. IKEA gets a lot of customers, and so as the customers walk in, they see the table, and they donate very freely. We were also very, very blessed to have East Tech Security donate their security services. Here's Alan with East Tech.
I think we also need to change that number there because Carol just brought in $50, right?
Wow, yes, we do.
That's exciting to see those numbers change as the morning goes on. And if you guys... Yeah, we're going to change it. We're going to change those numbers, you guys. Anyway, they're going to be out here all day and obviously the next few days as well until they reach the $10,000 mark. We're at the IKEA in Mission Valley. So come on down, donate some money, say hi to everybody, and you can meet the folks from the Trinity House as well and learn a little bit more about what they're doing to help the homeless in our community.
Great.
Back to you guys.
He's got a lot of traffic going on at 8:15 in the morning. That's
I
good.
know, and let me explain that too. These folks standing in line here are not really associated with this particular event. Apparently there's a really big sale going on here at IKEA, so I might be popping in there in a few minutes too.
All right, well, maybe they can drop a couple bucks over there for him as well.
It's a good place to be. They're saving money, so they might feel a little extra generous.
Exactly.
Right.
Thanks,
Excellent.
Lene.
See you in a bit.